They always say that a picture is worth 1,000 words. So I want to give you a picture today, and maybe 1,000 words. This is your life. It's a picture. Now, anything that causes stress in your life is like water added to that picture. So this can include anything. Say, for instance, you have the daily cares of life. The kids that you have to drive places, and you have the little events that you got to get to, and you got to go grocery shopping, and all of these things. And they're little tiny stressors. You also have environmental stressors, like the traffic jam that you have, or the irritating noise going on at work. You also might start having some bigger things going on. For instance, physical stressors. Maybe you're sick. Maybe you're feeling the effects of age. Maybe you've had an injury. Then what about, this one, financial stressors. Maybe you have job difficulties. Maybe you've lost a job. Maybe you have debt that's been accrued. Maybe you just, you've got the job and you've got the budget, but wow, is it tight. Anything that goes wrong just pushes you right over the edge. Then you might have relationship stressors. Maybe you've got some issues in your marriage, or you've got a coworker who's always just irritating the heck out of you, etc., etc. And then you've also, remember, got the stuff that you carry inside of you. For instance, beliefs that might be irrational, and you can check that out on the video called Identifying Irrational Beliefs. Things like, I have to be perfect all of the time. Everybody has to approve of what I do all of the time. And those things are also in this picture, constantly causing you stress. You might also have past issues that you haven't dealt with, future issues that you're afraid of. All of this stuff is stress that's collecting in this picture. Now, I'm going to put this down, lest I drop it all over the place. There we are. So we have all of these different things gathering together in the picture. Now, what's going to happen eventually? If you keep adding and adding and adding and adding stressors to that picture, at some point, it's going to overflow. Panic attack, major stress, big-time anxiety issues. That's what's going to happen. And so what you need to remember is a couple of things. First off, you always need to remember to pay attention to the level of water in your pitcher. What's going on here? What's in my pitcher? How close am I to that overflow point? Another thing that you have to remember is it doesn't actually matter what the various things are in the pitcher. You notice I just kept on pouring water in. It wasn't different colors of water or different substances like milk and orange juice and water and everything. When stress is added to your pitcher, as far as your body and your brain and your mind are concerned, it's all the same. It's just stress. So it doesn't matter whether you're talking about the stress of, gee, I have to get Johnny to his soccer practice and Susie to her dance lesson, or whether it's the stress of, wow, I've got unresolved issues in my past that I really need to deal with. It's stress. That's what it is, pure and simple. And so when you're looking at your picture, you always have to keep in mind that whatever is in here is all adding to your stress. And at some point, when it keeps on getting higher and higher, it's all going to overflow. Put that down again. So this is important for several reasons. First off, you have to remember that it doesn't matter where the stress is coming from. Stress is stress. And at some point, enough of it is going to cause you to overload and to overflow. The second thing you need to remember is that when something does make you overflow, when that time comes where you're like, wow, zing, it just all blew up in my face. It wasn't really the last thing that did it. You might think it was that one more project that your boss put on you, or that one more responsibility that you had at home, or that one last fight that you had with your spouse, that was it. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. No, it really wasn't. It was everything that's in here. And you just put in a little bit more and everything overflowed. When you think about it like that, you realize that the solution, of course, is not to prevent that last thing from happening, because there's always going to be something else coming down the pike that's going to stress you. The real solution, pardon me while I grab the cup, is to keep pouring things out. Every time your stress level starts getting past a certain point, you want to say, oh, we're all the way up to here? That's not good. We got to empty some of this stuff. So we're going to pour some of it out, and that means I've now made room in my pitcher so that the next thing down the pike isn't going to cause me to overflow. And we're going to look at that in the next video.